Hello, here we have chapter 16 of the Julian chapter, and this chapter is titled Mr. Tushman. The last month in school was awful. It's not like anyone was out and out mean to me, but I felt iced out by Amos and Henry and Miles. I just didn't feel popular anymore. No one really ever laughed at my jokes. No one wanted to hang out with me. I felt like I could disappear from the school and nobody would miss me. Meanwhile, Augie was walking down the hallways like some cool dude, getting high-fived by all the jocks in the upper grades. Whatever. Mr. Tushman called me into his office one day. "How's it going, Julian?" he asked me. "Fine. Did you ever write that apology letter I asked you to write?" "My dad says I'm leaving the school, so I don't have to write anything," I answered. "Oh," he said, nodding. "I guess I was hoping you'd want to write it on your own." "Why?" I said back. "Everyone thinks I'm this big dirtbag now anyway. What the heck is writing a letter going to accomplish?" "Julian, look, I know everyone thinks I'm this unfeeling kid who doesn't feel remorse," I said, using air quotes. "Julian," said Mr. Tushman, "no one." Suddenly, I felt like I was about to cry, so I just interrupted him. "I'm really late for class, and I don't want to get in trouble, so can I please go?" Mr. Tushman looked sad. He nodded. Then I left his office without looking back. A few days later, we received an official notice from the school telling us that they had withdrawn their invitation to re-enroll in the fall. I didn't think it mattered, since Dad had told them we weren't going back anyway, but we still hadn't heard from the other schools I had applied to, and if I didn't get into any of them, we had planned on my going back to Beecher Prep. But now that was impossible. Mom and Dad were furious at the school, like crazy mad, mostly because I had already paid the tuition for the next year in advance, and the school wasn't planning on returning the money. See, that's the thing with private schools. They can kick you out for any reason. Luckily, a few days later, we did find out that I'd gotten into my first choice private school, not far from where I lived. I'd have to wear a uniform, but that was okay, better than having to go to Beecher Prep every day. Needless to say, we skipped the graduation ceremony at the end of the year. And that's the end of chapter 16.